Wrestling fans, thanks for clicking today's Reddit Rose report. Let's see what's going on today. Got a pay-per-view over the weekend, by the way. If you're going to get it, let me know. Give me your forecast on what's going to happen. All right, hey, WWE is planning I know this is happening, a DVD set on Kane and Undertaker, but it's not going to be under rivalries format like Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart that was released earlier, but instead it's going to be featured on the duo as a tag team and alliance. It's going to be a budget DVD disc, it's just one disc, and I believe it's probably under the $9.95 retail, but then Walmart, I think, sells it maybe $7 or so, or $5, I don't know. We're going around about the new season of WWE Tough Enough. It's going to be on the network, I guess, and is that it's going to be filmed at the WWE Performance Center in Orlando, and will likely feature guys from developmental that aren't regulars on the TV show. So that'll be good. Let's see what's coming up, and we can put some input to the network, to WWE, to see who we like, who we don't like. And WWE's website has a new article up on ECW original SABO. And there's also going to be a SABO feature, I guess, coming up in the issue of WWE Magazine, if anybody still reads anymore. And as noted, WWE confirmed yesterday on the earnings call, Tough Enough is going to be returning to the network. And Tough Enough trainer Bill DeMott tweeted the following. He says, "The news is out. Tough Enough is coming back to the network. I'm still waiting for the call," and that would be an understatement, him waiting for it. So he needs a paycheck as well as anybody. And apparently Summer Rae's been doing a lot of her own stunt work, I guess, at the studios of Marine 4. Summer noted earlier this week she was having fun with fights and blood and dirt. And regarding her stunt work, one of the people working on the set with her tweeted, "Are you kidding? You killed it today. Real deal, powerhouse. Don't mess with this lady." Well, I was going to, but I guess not now. And the WrestlingDVDnews.com reports that the documentary portion on the upcoming Batista DVD and Blu-ray will be centered around his 2014 return at the Royal Rumble victory, rather than telling his whole life story from the beginning to the end, which I think they've already probably done. I'm fairly sure. The Animal Unleashed, wasn't that it? Anyway, documentary portion is going to be made up of new footage from when Batista and WWE cameras started following him around this year, and interviews with Batista and others. I don't think that's going to sell very well. I really don't. Hey, the woman, if you guys watch TNA, it's on the other channel, but it's there. Anyway, the woman playing the Rebel character in TNA's vignettes, recent vignettes with Nux, was suggested to TNA by Christy Hemming, as they knew each other from before Hemming got into the wrestling business. Here's what they found out about her. Now known that she was a former Dallas Cowboy cheerleader, Tanya Brooks. I think that's how you pronounce her first name. Last name I'm all right on. Tanya also does modeling and dancing work. She knows Christy from being on the Perfect Angels dance group. And she has also appeared in several country music videos, including Trace Atkins' Honky Tonk Badonkaball. And Tanya recently relocated to Louisville, Kentucky to train at OVW Wrestling. I'm going to have to ask old Rip whether she's any good here after a while. Didn't know where I didn't know TNA still had a deal going with OVW. Might have. Guess they do. Got to have them trained somewhere, I guess. And Chavo Guerrero, he was forced to pull out of this week's Warriors wrestling event in New York due to an emergency appendectomy that he underwent Wednesday. Chavo noted that he's okay, though. They caught it in time before the appendix burst, which is bad news. But he can't fly or wrestle for a little while. Get that scar healed up. And as noted, the Shield recently granted their first individual Make-A-Wish grants in Peoria, Illinois. They did it together, I think, last week, all three. And WWE Community website has photos of them meeting Jesse at that location. Anytime you can meet someone who is that excited, you can see much joy in their eyes, and you feel like when you give them a hug that they're squeezing you, and you can tell they don't want to let go. He said it's humbling. It's a blessing to be involved with something so special. As seen on NXT, Bo Dallas, he's got a new theme song and entrance video. His new theme song is Shoot for the Stars, and it's available on iTunes. Former NXT star Kenneth Cameron. I don't know if I mentioned any. I think they had him renamed in TNA. Anyways, well, maybe that was the name they give him at TNA. But anyways, his real name is Thomas Latimer. He made his debut at last night's episode of TNA Wrestling in a backstage segment with Magnus. His name in TNA is Bram. Bram is, by the way, the reason I brought this up, is Ric Flair's son-in-law. He's married to NXT diva Charlotte. He was released by WWE back in November 30th, 2012. And after being charged with battery of a law enforcement officer and disorderly intoxication. Apparently, if you're orderly and intoxicated, you're all right. But disorderly, you're out of here. And former midget wrestler, Short Steve Simpson. Remember him? He's going to be appearing at this Sunday's Extreme Rule pay-per-view and likely getting involved with the the table, ladders, and chairs thing somehow, match between El Torito and Hornswoggle. Sampson retired last year, but appeared on WWE and TNA TV in various skits and stuff, as well as Hulk Hogan's Micro Championship Wrestling, which I don't know whether that's still going on or not. And WWE beats out NCAA, Nike, and Vista for Webby Awards. I think they won it last year. Birthdays to, happy birthday to 10-time World Heavyweight Champion The Rock, 42 years old. WWE's developmental star Clayton Croft, 34, and one-time WWF Tag Team Champion Randy Moondog Rex Khali, this is his last name, 64 years old, and Japanese star Mr. Pogo, 63. And this also would have been the birthday of former WWF Tag Team and Hardcore Champion Ray Traylor, or the Big Boss Man, would have been 51. Thanks for clicking, you guys. I gotta go.